Chemical methods of sterilization. Chemicals are used as a disinfectant to reduce or remove the microbial populations from an object. An ideal disinfectant or antiseptics should have certain characteristic features such as it should be effective, it should not damage materials treated, it should not be toxic, it should be available easily, it should be soluble, it should not be irritant, it should not be corrosive, it should be easily available, and it should be cost effective, it should not stain, it should be effective even in very low concentration. Important criteria among the above said features is concentration. The effect of chemicals, whether it is a bactericidal or bacteriostatic. Bactericidal means the ability of the agent to kill the bacteria, whereas bacteriostatic means the ability to inhibit the growth of bacteria. And next feature is the nature of the material to be treated. The chemical should not react with the material. Some chemicals may react with the material, like some of the acids which is used as disinfectant, it may corrode or damage the material. The other factors which should take care while using disinfectant is temperature, pH and time. Evaluation methods. To evaluate an antiseptic or disinfectant, the phenol coefficient test is used. In this test, various dilutions of the chemical agent are prepared and tested against equivalent dilutions of phenol with such bacteria as Staphylococcus aureus and Salmonella typhi. To calculate phenol coefficient, the concentration of phenol at which the compound kills the test organism in 10 minutes but not in 5 minutes is divided by the concentration of the test compound that kills the organism under the same conditions. A phenol coefficient greater than 1 indicates that the chemical agent is more effective than phenol and less than 1 that it is less effective. An alternative test is the in-use test. Various dilutions of the chemical agent are made and tested against a standardized preparation of test bacteria on the type of material later to be disinfected in normal use. Phenol. It is the first chemical used as disinfectant. It is first used by Joseph Lister in 1860s. As we see earlier, it acts as standard for other chemicals. Phenolics derivatives of phenols are also used as disinfectant and antiseptics. Mode of action is it damages the cell membrane and inactivates enzyme of microorganisms by denaturing it. Example, hexachlorophene, acrosol, which is an active ingredient of Lysol, and other several biophenols is effective against Staphylococcus aureus. Similar chemical is chlorhexidine, used in skin antiseptic solution. It is an alternative to hexachlorophene. It is effective against vegetative bacteria. Spores are resistant to these chemicals. Chlorhexidine is the active ingredient which present in the Savlon, and chlorxylenine is the active ingredient which is present in Dettol. Mostly used halogens are iodine and chlorine. As you all know, iodine is used as tincture of iodine as antiseptics to clean wounds. Some of the forms of iodine are betadine and isodine, which contains povidone as surface active agent. Mode of action is iodine combines with microbial proteins and inhibits their functions. Next halogen is chlorine. You all know sodium hypochlorite, which is commonly called as bleaching powder, used to disinfect water reservoirs like water tanks and to reduce microbial load in water. Calcium hypochlorite, used to disinfect dairy farms, slaughterhouse and restaurants. Chloramines, which is a combination of chlorine and ammonia, used to sanitize glassware and utensils. Alcohols. In recent days, each and every one of us in this world is using this alcohol combination as antiseptics to sanitize our hands. Most of the hand sanitizers contain alcohol as main active ingredient. Mode of action of this alcohol is it denatures the microbial proteins, and these alcohol based sanitizers are only activity against vegetative cells of bacteria and fungi. Actually, higher concentration of any chemical will have higher antimicrobial activity, but in this case the higher concentration or pure form of alcohol does not have better activity compared with diluted form. Experiments showed that 70% alcohol is effective. One of the type is isopropyl alcohol, which is used as antiseptic and disinfectant. Since these alcohols are volatile organic solvents, it evaporates quickly with no residual formations. So it is used as antiseptics in skin as degerming solution before injections. The other commonly used alcohols are ethyl alcohol and methyl alcohol. All the three types of alcohols have its own advantages and disadvantages. Next one is heavy metals. A number of heavy metals have antimicrobial activity. Heavy metals kill microbes by binding to proteins, thus inhibiting enzymatic activity. Ions of heavy metals bind to sulfur containing amino acids strongly and bioaccumulate within cells, allowing this metal to reach high localized concentrations. This causes proteins to denature. For example, silver is used as silver nitrate in the eyes of newborns to guard against infection by Neisseria gonorrhea. In this case, 1% of silver nitrate is used as antiseptic solution. The bacterial cells in contact with silver take in silver ions, which inhibit several functions in the cell and damages the cell. It is also used to cauterize wounds. Copper is used as copper sulfate to retard the growth of algae in swimming pools, fish tanks and reservoirs. The antimicrobial activity of copper to its capacity to release ions that cause oxidative stress by production of ROAs in aerobic conditions. Zinc chloride is the active compound in mouthwashes. Zinc oxide is the active chemical in paints. It combines with the sulfhydryl group of cellular proteins and inactivates the bacterial enzyme, and also it damages the membrane. Soaps and detergents. Soaps and detergents decrease the surface tension between microorganisms and surfaces and thereby help cleanse the surface. Soaps emulsify the oily film on the body surface, carrying the oils, debris and microorganisms away in a degerming action. The cationic detergents are quaternary ammonium compounds. They solubilize the cell membranes of microorganisms. Among the popular compounds are zephyron and cefacol. Aldehydes. Two aldehydes, namely formaldehyde and glutaraldehyde, are used as disinfectants. The mode of action of aldehydes are it inactivates microbial proteins. First one, formaldehyde. Formaldehyde, both in liquid and gaseous form, it is used as disinfectant. Formaldehyde gas is used as fumigant. Formalin is used as disinfectant as well as preservative to preserve biological samples, and also it is used for embalming purposes. Glutaraldehyde, it is used to sterilize hospital equipments, and it is active against bacterial spores if the spores are exposed in glutaraldehyde for several hours. Ethylene oxide. Sterilization can be achieved with a chemical known as ethylene oxide. This chemical denatures proteins and destroys all microorganisms including bacterial spores. It is used at warm temperatures in an ethylene oxide chamber. Several hours are needed for exposure and flushing out the gas. which can be toxic to humans. Ethylene oxide is widely used for plastic instruments such as petri dishes, syringes and artificial heart valves. Next one, propylene oxide, a similar compound of ethylene oxide. It is also valuable as sterilant. Oxidizing agents. Oxidizing agents such as hydrogen peroxide kills microorganisms by releasing large amounts of oxygen, which contributes to the alterations of microbial enzymes. Hydrogen peroxide is useful on inanimate objects and in foods, but on the skin surface. It is quickly broken down by the enzyme catalase, liberating oxygen. This oxygen causes a wound to bubble and thereby removes microorganisms which is present in the wound. However, the chemical activity on the skin is limited compared to that on inanimate surfaces. Contact lenses can be disinfected using hydrogen peroxide. Two other oxidizing agents are benzoyl peroxide and ozone. Benzoyl peroxide is applied to the skin to treat acne due to anaerobic bacteria. The oxygen released by the compound inhibits anaerobic growth. Ozone can be used to disinfect water where it oxidizes the cellular components of contaminating microbes. This ozone technology is used as antiseptic solutions or the disinfectant solution to sanitize the drinking water in US. Food preservatives. Foods can be preserved by using a number of organic acids to maintain a low microbial population. Sorbic acid is used in a number of acidic foods including cheese to prevent microbial growth. Benzoic acid, it is another organic acid which used as a preservative. The mode of action is it inhibits the fungi and is used in acidic foods and soft drinks. Next one is the calcium propionic acid which prevents the growth of mold in breads and bakery products. Advantages of chemical sterilization is it is highly effective bactericides. They are effective tuberculoidal agents. These chemicals are effective virucidal agents and the time taken to kill the microorganism is within a few seconds. It will kill the organisms and it has a pleasant odor and it evaporates without any residues and it is a non-staining chemicals and its cleansing activity is very good and it is easily obtainable and the usage is also very easy and generally non-toxic chemicals. They are non-irritating, they are inexpensive, they are stable when stored properly and they are non-allergenic. Disadvantages of chemical sterilization, they are non-sporicidal, it does not kill the spores, it is effective against only the vegetative cells of the bacteria and fungi and it is active against hydrophilic viruses and it is irritant to skin and mucous membrane and it does organic matter interference and the volatile organic compounds like isopropyl alcohol, ethanol and methanol, these compounds are flammable and some incompatibility with rubber and plastic materials and the inventory and procurement of the procurement problems not registered as a disinfectant by EPA. We should take care while using chemicals as disinfectants. When properly used, disinfection and sterilization can ensure the safe use of invasive and non-invasive medical devices. We should follow sterilization guidelines strictly. Thank you.